Hi, sunshines. How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? Welcome, 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 welcome. This is on a different scale because now I have those of you who want to learn how to crochet versus those who already know how to crochet. So, thank you for coming on. And this will be recorded. So, if you needed to come back and go on and keep practicing, this is going to be recorded so that you're able to keep going back and forth. And I'm excited. I'm excited too. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Judy. How are you? Um, Sorry, there is some kids on. I know that there are some kids on, and so we're going to teach how to do it the kid-friendly way, and then maybe we're gonna step it up because not everybody wants to learn the kid-friendly way. Everyone teaches, well, everyone learns on different levels, and so that's what I do. I love teaching and I love helping. So I noticed there's some regulars on here, some that already know how to crochet. So welcome. I'm going to see you guys later on in our regular class that we have been going on with. But yeah, so some of you may have your material, some of you may not have your material. And if you do not, in the description, there's links where you can go to where you could purchase your material, or you could go, like I was able to get a couple of people some yarn and basic hook, which is like the basic kit for some that did not well didn't know what to get or just couldn't get it. So I was able to go on Amazon and have it sent directly to them and not have to worry about them going out to get it. It was sent, and that is what you can do if you want. Or the cost efficient way is to go to Michael's, Joann's, whatever craft store is near you. You can go to any one of those. Um, Yes, ladies, there are some of you who automatically get my ping, my automatic notice. This is for those who want to learn how to crochet. So if you already know how to crochet and you're in my other class, that is at 7 o'clock. So I will see you at 7 o'clock. Right now, let's just go ahead to learn how to crochet. So I have my goddaughter. She's going to come on shortly, and she's going to be on here so that you guys can see another a child. She does not know how to crochet, so I am basically showing her as well, so you can see her hands, you can see my hands, and you can see, if there's anything that you may need to do differently, or if you are left-handed. See, I'm right-handed and I believe she's right-handed, but if you are left-handed, it's basically the opposite. I was taught by someone who's left-handed. The thing is, I was able to grasp on a different way, which is the right-handed way. So if you are left-handed, just let me know in the comments and we can work on that, because I do have some others that are left-handed, and we could work on if you can't catch it on with this, then we could work on a different method or a different way. So I'm going to start off with crocheting saved my life. Crocheting not only saved my life, crocheting, like, it just changed me. So now that we're going on through this pandemic, crocheting just made me be able to go throughout the last 4 months, 5 months, like, with ease. I'm able to say, I got a hook, I got some yarn, let me do it. Even though I wasn't feeling well at times, I said, let me just go ahead and try and push myself, because crocheting is also like therapy. So if you're somewhere and you're going to be there for a long time, bring your hook and your yarn. If you are going on a trip, bring your hook, bring your yarn. Don't let nobody tell you don't bring that hook, don't bring that yarn. You don't listen to them. You bring it anyway. And as you know, if you don't know, I'm a yarn lover. Like, I do not play when it comes to yarn. Like, I have bins and these things all over the place. I even have some behind. Like, I have a lot of yarn. I have almost like 50 skeins of yarn, and it's called skeins. So whenever you want to go purchase your yarn, it's called skein. Now this right here is like really big and really thick, but the only reason why I have this is because it's easier for you to see. So but if you had the regular yarn, all I said was to get in the description, the materials is for you to get regular, it's called medium, number 4. And I have this. I don't have the label on mine because I'm always using my yarn. So I don't have the label on it. But there's many different types of yarn you could get. Now this is the good yarn, so let's wait. If you just starting, we're gonna wait until we get up to like level like 4 or 5 before we start using this yarn. This yarn is like for the clothes that I have up there. So there's different types of yarn, and we could get into that a little bit later. I know a lot of people just want to get ahead and start it. So that is something we could get ahead to later, the different types of yarn, the different types of hooks. There's so many different types of hooks. There are so many different types of hooks. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you there's so many different types of hooks? Did I tell you there's so many different types of hooks? I love hooks. I love hooks. I love yarn. I love hooks and yarn. Yarn and hooks is my favorite. So purple is my favorite color. So if you ever came in here and you see there's like a whole lot of purple. And then I have the regular yarn that's like solid colors, and I have the ones that are different colors. I have like so many different types of yarn. It's like so there are soft yarn, harder yarn, thick yarn, thin yarn. There's all different types of yarn. When you are learning how to crochet with yarn, I would just focus on the regular medium size. So this type of yarn, which is the regular medium size, is the yarn that we use to just make a basic blanket, to make a basic scarf. If you want to make coasters, like this is the type of yarn that you would want to use. I have also there's a sparkle yarn, and there's just, there's different types of yarn, and eventually we'll get into all of that, because I think that if you stick with me, you're gonna be making more than that. You can make clothes, you can make different types of pictures, you could put your name on stuff. If you know who I am and you follow me, you will see that I make giant blankets with all types of images and different designs. I even have a mask, and I put my images on my mask. It's so many things you could do with that yarn and that hook, and that's what I am here for, to teach you. I teach the crocheters. So there's crocheters out there who know how to crochet already. So I am teaching them how to do what I do, and that's put in images on crocheted items. So when you really want to keep going and you want to keep learning with the Diva, I can show you how to do this as well, and I could even show you how to make those designs that I make. I literally go right into a software and I choose whatever images I like, and I design the images. I put them as a pattern, and then I crochet it to put it on blankets and clothes and pillows and scarves and whatever you want, whatever your heart desire. You can make it, whatever you want. It's exciting. It's exciting because you can make so many different things. So if you're the type of person that like fashion, you can make a lot of different clothes. If you like just to, do blankets, you could do blankets, memorial blankets, birthday blankets, all different types. And pillows. I've done some bags, some tote bags. I've done just about anything, headbands, hats. I have a hat right here that I made for someone. She never got it yet, but there's so many things that you could do with the yarn and the hook. It's like, why wouldn't you love it? Why wouldn't you love it? It's like, oh my goodness. So just figure out, like, what is your favorite color? What color do you want to keep using? Because once we finish learning how to get that Crojo going. That's what I call it. That's what we all in the crochet family call it, Crojo, which is crochet and mojo. When you get your Crojo going, you are going to want to do everything. You're going to get so caught up in the moment. You're going to be like, I want to make this, I want to make that. And then you're going to be pattern hoarding. Then you're going to be yarn hoarding. Then you're going to be hook hoarding. Then you're going to be just a regular hoarder like us. But let me tell you, I'm doing it in Diva style. I'm doing it in Diva style. So that's okay. It's okay because I'm doing it in Diva style. So, hi, Butterfly. How art thou? Your class is at 7 o'clock. If you want to hang on, you can hang on, but your class is at 7 o'clock. Hi, Crochet Every Day with Judy. How are you? Amaris, your class is at 7 o'clock as well. You must get my notification. This is only, well, not only, but this is for those who want to learn how to crochet. So if you know how to crochet, my next class is at 7 o'clock, and that's when you and I will get down to business and learn how to put some stuff in some yarn. But right now we're going to learn how to do chains, and there are 3 different parts to crocheting. So the 3 different parts to crocheting is really simple. So we have a slip knot, we have a chain, and then we have the single crochet, and then we snip it off. So it's 3, but then you close off. I am going to show you the 3 today, and we're gonna kind of sort of end off with either a friendship bracelet. That's if you feel like you can't go to the next step yet, those chains, or you're going to do your first row of single crochet, and then you could keep on going until you get a little coaster. And if you keep going until you get your little coaster, then the next time we come, then we can make it a little bit longer. So it's up to you and your progression if you need to keep going or if you need to stop, because sometimes we all crochet differently, okay? All right, now let's relax, and if you have some water or a drink, I always have water next to me. So this is what you're going to see all the time, water. That's what I do. I have water. And just make sure you're relaxing. Don't get nervous. This is going to be fun. And you're going to see. Watch. You're going to know how to do it. If you can't get it today, you will get it. I guarantee you. You'll get it. Hello, Mr. Tippett. How art thou? Okay. Let's get this party started. So I am going to show you, just by this simple piece of yarn, how we are going to hold your yarn and your hook. Your yarn and your hook. Whatever it is. Your yarn and your hook. Whatever. So I'm going to show you how to hold it. So before I do that, let me switch my camera because you need to see my hands. You need to see my hands. Okay. So how are you guys? How are you guys? Are you guys okay? You guys really ready to do this? Because I'm always ready. I'm always ready to do this. This is what I live for. This is what I live for. Okay? All right. I'm trying to change the camera to put it on me. Hands. Okay. And I have it. Now let me move it a little bit. Okay. I am going to see if I can make it a little larger. Can I make it larger than that? Okay. So what we're going to do now is learn how to put your hands in the right way. So as you see, I have my two hands out like this, right? Two hands. Let me make sure you can see it all. Wait. Listen. Listen. Let me put this up a little bit more. I'm doing the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. Can you see my hands now? Now you can see my hands. Okay. This is crazy. This is fun though. This is crazy, but it's fun. So here go my hands. I'm rubbing all over. You can see my hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the yarn. Oh man, see, this is technology is funny. Technology is so funny, man. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take my hands. We're going to take the yarn. Right? And you're going to put it down. It's best if you have it down on, like, put it down and you lay it out flat until you learn how to get it. Once you learn how to get it, like hold it right. Once you learn how to do this, you'll be fine. You don't need to worry about doing this ever again. This right here is something that you need to get accustomed to, okay? So right now, just get a feel for it. We're going to smooth it out, okay? And put your hand like this. When you put your hand like this, you're going to take your pinky and you're going to pick up this one piece of yarn and put it over your pinky. Once you put it over your pinky, close your hands and turn around. When you turn around, you're going to have your fourth finger and pick up your forefinger. Pick up your yarn and put it around your forefinger. So now you have the yarn around your pinky and your forefinger. Pinky and forefinger. So as you see, this is how my hand is, and I have the pinky and the forefinger. You can either lift up your hand, and this is how you're going to have it. Turn it around, and this is how it's going to be. Okay? This is how you're going to have it. Now, practice with that so that you can get used to it, because that's how crocheters hold their yarn. And this is how you're going to always hold your yarn. Once you do that, you're good. So I don't even know how I automatically do it. I just automatically do it. I just automatically do it. But so when you're learning, you don't know how to put it in your hand without getting confused. So when teaching my niece how to do this, and my niece at the time was 4 going on 5, and she knows how to make a perfect chain and a perfect single crochet, this is how I taught her. So I would put my hand down, right? And then pick up your hand, turn it around, move that pinky, and put the yarn over the pinky. Okay? Then close your hand, turn it around. Then you're going to pick up your forefinger. Okay? Then you're going to take your yarn and put it over that forefinger. Okay? And then you could pick up your hand. Does it go across your palm? So this is how it's going to look, like this. Let me show you. When I'm doing it, this is how it's gonna look on my hand. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically hold your project. Your project is going to be held like this. The reason why we put it in our hands like this is because this is going to help with tension. It's going to help with when your yarn is moving a little bit, you want to move it in, you want to move it out, and that is how we're going to start that. Okay, now let me get to, I'm going to stop that really quick. Let me go back to here first. Okay, so before I go back to that, I just wanted you to get a feel of the yarn being on your hands. That's what I wanted you to do. I need you to do a slip knot. A slip knot is the knot that we need to do before we do an actual chain. And then when we do the chain, that's when we're going to do the single crochet. So this is why I love yarn. So what we're going to do is take your yarn and just make it parallel like this. Make it parallel, make it a little bit long enough. It doesn't have to be extremely long, just, you know, a little bit long. And just make it parallel. You're going to hold it like this and turn it. As you see, there's just one little loop. You know, like when you tie your shoe and it's the little, what is it? The rabbit ears. It could be whatever ear you want. It could be the rabbit ear. It could be the elephant ear. It could be whatever you want. Just make sure you do it like that, right? Okay. Then we're going to take a piece of yarn right here. Not the one that's hanging, but the one that's hanging from your skein. You're going to take that and you're going to go put your hand into the loop and pull it up. Once you do that, tug down on it a little bit. And then you have a little loop. I'm going to try it one more time. Parallel. Have it just like this. Okay. Turn it like that. But make sure your hand is on here so that when you turn it, it doesn't come apart. All right. Then you're going to put your finger through the loop and pick up a piece of yarn and bam, tug on it a little bit. That's what you're going to do to get your little loop. Once you get your loop, take your hook, put it through that loop, and you're just going to pull on it a little bit until it gets on your hook and it's nice and snug. You want to make sure that it's not too tight. You want to make it loosey-goosey. That's loosey-goosey. That's for the kids. So you just want to make it loosey-goosey so that you're able to have wiggle room. Okay, now let's do what we learned and put your hand on the table and you're going to put it under your pinky and under your forefinger. Once you do that, then that's when we're going to get to the chains. Judy, what didn't work? Your loop? Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, parallel. We're going to have the two strings together. Make sure you're turning it. Turn like that. Okay, make sure you turn it. But when you turn it, make sure you are holding where you're turning it. Put your finger in the loop and you're going to pull up. Pull up another loop through there and then bam, it's going to slide through. I do that. I did that in the beginning. That's how I was taught. My aunt taught me how to do it. But I also do, like, I wrap it around my finger. And once I get that hole, I will put it through the hole. So basically what you're doing is, you know, when you're tying your shoe, you're trying to make it a little bit tight and you're putting that loop through. You're going into that loop and you're pulling out another loop so that you could make your little rabbit ears. That's basically what I'm doing, just so I can make a loop. The thing about it is we're going to do it so that it does not tie a knot because we need to make sure that it's like we can move it up and down a little bit because you want it to be adjustable so that it can adjust to your hook size. So Judy, let me know if you got that or not. It should be, it should work like either way if you want to use it the way I use it now or the way I was taught. Wrap it around your finger. Once you wrap it around your finger, pull it off. Ha! Diva did it again. So, you know, everybody is different. So it's either you could do it one way or you could do the other way. My niece learned this way, and I think that's because she was also learning the same exact way how you tie your shoe. So it all depends. Like that's why I try to do different methods for different people. Congrats, Judy, congrats. So whoever got it, congratulations. Um, oh yeah, thank you, Shay, for answering Mr. Tippett. Okay, so once we have the hook, the loop, we're going to make the loop, okay? We're going to put our hook through that loop. And once you do that, you're just going to tug on it a little bit so that you can get it as close as possible. Make sure it's as close as possible and make sure that it's not too tight. It needs to be a little bit of loosey-goosey. All right. Now, this is our tail. The one that's hanging, that's our tail. That, leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't worry about it. It's just going to be there until later, okay? Now, the other part, this part is coming from your skein of yarn. So this part is the part that we're going to wrap our hands around. So you're going to make sure you put your pinky and your forefinger through it. So that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to put your pinky and your forefinger through it. So how you have your hand right here with your hook, and you're going to hold your hook like you're holding your pen or your pencil. Do not, that's the only thing I will say is do not do what I do with that part because I don't even know how to really hold a pen. Okay? I don't. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't. How do I hold my pen is like this and like this. And yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. And I went to Catholic school. And that's what I learned. Catholic school did not teach me that. I think I was just being rebellious. Or they make you write all the time. I had to write so many punishments that my hands probably got real tired and I just automatically adapted like this. I don't know. It just automatically I did this. I don't know why. I have no idea. It just automatically did that. So you're going to hold your hook the way it feels comfortable to you. And if you hold your pen a certain way, like I think this is the way you're supposed to hold your pen the way you're supposed to hold your pen. Hold your hook the way you're supposed to hold your pen. That way it's easy and comfortable for you. Okay. All right. So now that we got that, I'm going to make sure that my yarn is on my hook, loosey goosey. Don't make it too tight. Make sure I have my yarn on my hands. Okay. And your hand is going to always be like this. You're going to be able to open it, close it. You're going to be able to do that. You're going to make it as comfortable as possible. Make sure that you could go up and down. Don't make it too tight. Just be comfortable with it because you want to make sure that your tension is good. And when you start doing your chains, oh my gosh, you're going to be like, oh, she done changed the world with this. She done changed the world. All right. So when I hold my hook, like I said, be comfortable the way you want to hold it. When I hold my hook, this is going to just hang. Don't worry about the tail. When I hold my hook, it's going to look like this. you're going to relax your hand, but you're going to close it a little bit, because this right here, you're going to use your fingers to hold on to your project. So whatever project you're going to work on, you're going to need to hold on to it, because you're going to need to make sure you have tension. You cannot hold on your project with this, because this is what you're going to use your hook with. So this hand is going to you're going to basically multitask with this hand. So make sure that you're holding your hook on this hand, and you're holding the yarn in between your forefinger and your pinky. Okay, so once you do that, then we're going to make a chain. So this is the next step. The next step is your chain. This is going to be so much fun. Okay. So once you have it, relax. Hold on to the tail with your forefinger. Is this my forefinger? No, your middle finger, or your forefinger. I was right. Your fourth finger and your thumb. It's so different when you're teaching someone, because you're just automatically put your hands a certain way. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm automatically putting my hands a certain way. So I'm going to put my forefinger and my thumb on the tail. Okay, this is my tail. I'm going to put that on my tail. You could either use your forefinger or your middle finger. So I use my middle finger. For some apparent reason, I like this finger, this pointer finger. I like it to stick up. For some reason, when it sticks up, I'm able to guide my yarn a little bit just by moving my finger here and there. I'm able to guide it. So maybe that could be for you. So maybe try that. Okay, try it with holding your tail with your middle finger and your thumb. Hold your tail with your middle finger and your thumb. And then this finger will be up, and you could wave. You could wave with it. So you could try it like that. If not, and if that's not comfortable for you, you could do it the other way, and you could use your what is this? Your pointer finger and your thumb to hold it. I think that is that's not, for me, it's so uncomfortable if I do it that way. So I don't think that's a good way. It's a little uncomfortable. I noticed that I saw a couple of people do it that way. So that's what I'm trying to see if maybe it's comfortable for you. I don't know why they use that, or maybe it's comfortable for them, but it's so uncomfortable for me. But if it's comfortable for you, then that's the way you need to do it. Did I put my hand on the loose end or the end connected to the ball of the yarn? You're going to have this. Your hand is going to be connected to the yarn by the ball of yarn, and your hand with the hook is going to be connected to the tail of your yarn. Okay, all right. Okay, so you're going to have your hand like that. Okay, then you're going to take your middle finger and your thumb and hold your project. So this is when it's going to get fun. You're going to take the back of your hook and just put it up against, right there, up against your yarn, just like that. Just put it up there against it. So you're going to say hi to the hook part of your hook. The hook part of your hook is going to look at me. And what we need to understand is you're going to do a lot of this, the twisting and the turning. You're going to do a lot of this, because this right here, this hook, you have to guide it. You have to guide it under your yarn. You have to guide it. So it's going to be times where you're going to have to twist it like this, because once you do that, instead of going in, like some people like to, like you're stabbing something, you don't want to do that. You want to be able to turn, because it is easier and it glides through the yarn, and it's just so much better. So much better. It really is. All right. So hit the back of that yarn right there. And once you hit the back of your yarn, scoop it, just turn it, because when you turn it, then your yarn is automatically going to go on that hook. Automatically. See? It's automatically on that hook. And you're going to pull it through the loop. Pull it like that. That's your first chain. Your first chain. Once you do that, you're going to keep doing it again. Put your yarn to the back of your hook, and you're going to turn. When you turn, make sure that your hook is on that yarn and pull through. So that's what I'm doing. I'm basically putting your hook to the back. Oh, I'm sorry, putting your yarn to the back of the hook. And this right here, this finger right here is the finger that I use to guide it. So the more I keep my finger up, the more you see it stretches this yarn. So when you stretch this yarn, you're able to go in, pull it like that, in and pull it. And then you will use these two fingers, take it off, and then guide right back up. And then the more chains you make, the more you will have to let that go and then go up again. And then you keep going. The more chains you make, let that go and then pull it up again. And then you just keep on going until it's comfortable. Let that go and move up again. And that's how you do a chain. So is anyone having any problems? Do you want me to try it over again? Because I sure will. I'll try it over. I will try it over if you want me to. All the way from the beginning. Okay, you make your loop. Wrap it around your finger. I'm going to do that one. Wrap it around your finger and put it through the hole. And you're going to take your loop out from the hole and pull down. You're going to take your hook and put it through that hook. Put it through that hole, and pull on it a little bit. Make sure that is loosey-goosey. And yay, Judy! Oh my goodness! Yes! Awesome! I am going to have a group on Facebook that I'm going to open so that you guys can show your work. That way, we can see your progress. I love seeing progress. If the other ladies can tell you, from the time they first started to the time that they're doing now, you see so much progress. Then you're going to see other people work and you're going to be so inspired and you're going to want to try and keep trying and keep trying. So we have a group now of a whole bunch of crocheters, all different types of designers all over the world. I mean it, all over the world. Australia, Africa, Canada, like everywhere. Spain, there was someone from Spain, there was someone from Philippines. They're all over the world in our group. And I teach them how to make designs on their crochet. And they already know how to crochet, but it was just trying to put designs on it. And to see their work from the beginning to the end is just phenomenal. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So you just want to keep going like Judy did. Just keep going until you can't go no more. And just keep on playing with it. Okay. Just keep playing with it and loose. Loose. You want to go loose because if the looser you go, the easier it will be when you do your next row of single crochets. It'll be so easy. And also, if you are so tight, your crochet won't look good. It'll be real tight and it'll start rolling. And my mom, she used to always say I'm like real mad when I crochet, and because I used to crochet so tight and I used to be like this. No, relax. Relax. That's why I said in the beginning, just relax and don't worry about anything. Just relax. Don't even worry about nothing. Just glide. This is like, we're just trying this out. This is just a test. This is just the beginning. If you don't get it, it's okay. We're going to get it. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to just keep on doing this. And then if you guys are ready, I could go to the next step. All right. Now, If you want, you could take it all apart and start all over again. See, that's the magic of that slip knot. That slip knot is not going to knot it. It's a slip knot, so it slips right out. So you don't even have to worry about it being in a big knot. So if you have a knot, then maybe you didn't make a slip knot. You just made a knot. And what we want to do is make a slip knot because it's easy to adjust. Okay? So once you get your chains and you are comfortable, we're going to do 10 chains. Okay? 10. That's what we're going to do because next step is something called single crochet. So I'm going to show you the different phases of crochet. There's different stitches, there's different sizes, there's a chain. So if I show you the way to build the way you are building your scarf or your blanket, I'm very visual. So maybe if you see it, then you will say, "Oh, that's how you get it." Okay. But if there's any questions, say it in the chat and let me know. That way, if I can do it, I can do it now while I'm on here, while I get the illustration for you. Yeah. This right here, the different types of crochet stitches, there's a single crochet, it's just a single way to do it. Then there's a half double crochet, which is half of that. Then there's a double crochet, which is two of that. So there's so many different ways that you can make a hat or a scarf. But right now we're just going to do the basics. The basic is the single crochet. So right now you just did your chain, but the one we are going to work on is the single crochet. Let me put this on for you so that you can see the step. I love this. I love it. I love it. Love, love, love it. Love, 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 love it. Um, Here we go. So this is one of them. And then I'm going to show you the construction of it. There's two different ways. There's the construction of it. If I can get to it, where did it go? Okay, here it is. All right. So this is the construction. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You can't even see it. You can't even see it. Where did it go? Okay, let me try it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm just going. This is so easy but it's not easy. I don't know if I can explain it. It's easy, but it's not easy. Trying to finagle between the camera and the buttons to do this and the buttons to do that. It's just, they try to make it easy for you, but sometimes it's just not that easy. There's always something. Oh, what happened? I'm so sorry. Chrome just crashed on me. I don't know what happened. It just shut off. It just shut off. I do apologize. That was crazy. It just shut off. So I just turned everything off. Okay, that's all I was trying to get was the illustration for you guys. That's all. And it didn't want me to do it. I don't know why. It just didn't want me to do it. But I think I have it now. That was crazy. Okay. So this is what I'm going to show you. This is the illustration and what I got it from the Craft Yarn Council. And this is the illustration of how yarn looks when you are like when it's in different stages. And what? Okay, let's see. It stopped. Did it stop again? No. Thanks, Shay. How art thou? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It just keeps stopping. Here we go again. Okay, so this is the different steps of the slip knot and the chain and the single crochet. So right here, this is the chain. And this right here is the chain. This is where the chain usually be. And this is the slip knot. You do not ever count that. And this is the single crochet. This is the half double crochet. This is the double crochet, and this is the triple crochet. So it all depends on where you're coming from because the language changes. But here in the US of A, this is the language that we use, and this is the different stitches. So what you just learned is the chain, the slip stitch, the chain, and you're going to learn the single crochet in a few seconds. But I just wanted you to see the buildup of how it looks. So if you did a whole bunch of the single crochets, it's just going to be this level, and you just go up to each row, and then it just keeps going up and up and up and up. And then that's basically it for that. What I am going to do now is you're going to do 10. 10. I'm going to leave you off with how to do the single crochet. That way you can do some homework. And when we come back again next Sunday, you can show me your work, or because by this time, if anything, what I'm going to do is maybe get a sign-in sheet, or how am I going to get your email addresses, or you know what? I am going to find a way. Maybe by the time we do the next Sunday, I will figure out a way. But for right now, we're just going to focus on this. So we're going to do 10 of these, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So when you do the chains, it looks like this. It looks like a lip, like a little braid. So you got the two little humps, and then if you turn around, you have a little hill, and a hill looks like that. So in the front, you have the little braid, and then in the back, you have the hill. All right. So what we're going to do is we need to go up a step. Why do we need to go up a step? Because when you go up a step, you're going up the step to go to that next level. So we're about to make a foundation. This is our change, but we need to make a foundation. The foundation is just like if you have a house. You can't make a house without the foundation, which is the floor part. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just making the foundation. We're making the floor. So you just need to do one more chain. So altogether, you're going to have 11 chains, okay? Because you need the 10 that you're going to have, and then that 1 to bump up. All right. So I personally, it depends on who you are and what's comfortable for you. I personally like to use the hump on the back, which is like the little hill that goes up in the back. Or you could use the lips in the front, which is it looks like a braid when you hold it down like this, but if you let it go and you look at it, there's two, it looks like a lip, and there's two strings that looks like a V. You could go into that, which is you're going to, if you could see right here, you're not going to use that first chain. You're going to go to the second chain. Okay, so do not go into the first chain. Go into the second chain. That first chain is the chain that you're going to use to lift up. The second chain, you can either go to the back, turn it around, and when you turn around, you're going to see the little lumps. When you see the lumps, go into that one lump. Now, remember, in order to know how many you need, well, sometimes a lot, like what I used to do, and I didn't know where I was going, and I would just go into any one of them. And then sometimes if it's like a long chain, like if it's real long and loose, I would do two in that one chain. We don't want to do that. We just want one in each chain. One in each chain. The reason why we want to be careful is because you don't want to make your scarf or your blanket, it'll turn out looking like this because you're making it with a whole bunch of um not chains, you're making it with a whole bunch of stitches, and the stitches is going to start increasing. So if you want to make a blanket or a scarf, don't use increase now. You use increase later on when you start making clothes and different types of styles and stuff. But right now we're just going to focus on making a regular I guess pot holders. That's all you're going to do. So make sure you're on your hook. You're going to have, it's going to look like this. So if you put it through I'm sorry, one second. Okay, so if you put it through the hump on the back, you should have that one hump on the back. And you're going to have the one chain. So you will have two on your hook. It will be that one hump and then the one loop from your chain. But what you're going to do is, like what we did to get your chain, we're going to put your back of your hook onto the string. Put it on the back of your string. Then you're going to turn it a little bit so that it can hook on your string, and you're going to go through that hoop. When you go through that hoop, you're going to have two loops on your hook. Okay, so the way I used to tell my little niece when she first started is you need to make sure you take this the string that's right here. You're gonna put your hook against that string, and you're gonna wrap it around and move the hook towards your heart. Just wrap it around the head, and the head is gonna look at your heart. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep turning it around and wrap it around, and then you're going to pull it through both stitches. That's it. And then that's your first single crochet. All right, so then the next one, how do we know what is what? Okay, so you got your first single crochet. The next one, you're going to go into that next bump. Okay, put your hook into that next bump. So it's the foundation that's going to drive you crazy. But if you keep on going and going and going and keep doing it, it gets easier. It gets better. So the bump right there, you twist it and you turn it around and you pull it through. So now you got two on your hook. Then you're going to do the same thing. Turn around and go through. So that's something that we call yarn over. We call us crocheters, we call it yarn over. When you are putting your hook to your yarn like this, and you're turning it a little bit, and you're letting it, the hook is going to grab your yarn. That is called yarn over. That is what you call yarn over. So that's what we're doing. We're putting our hook through the bump. Once you put it through the bump, you're going to have this hanging. Put your back of your hook onto your string. Turn it a little bit and yarn over and pull up one loop. So now you got the two on the hook. Do the same thing. Put it on, yarn over, and pull through two. So basically you're going in through that hump. You're pulling out a loop. Then you're going back so you could yarn over again, and then you're pulling through both. So that's all you're doing. You're going in through your loop and yarn over, pull up that loop. Yarn over and pull through both. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next one. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. And then we're going to go till we can't go anymore. So you're basically going to go all the way down to the last single crochet. And I am doing this a little quick because we're actually at the end of our 1 hour session. And if you want, you could actually replay so that you could keep, learning how to do it over and over. But once we get to the end, it's going to look like this, and this is your foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to put my hook back in. We're going to tighten it up a little bit, just a little, make sure it's loosey-goosey so that we could keep moving it. All right, so you're going to go like this. You're going to put your back of your hook onto your yarn, turn it a little, yarn over, and pull up one. So that is making your chain. Once you do that, you're turning your work. You're turning it around. So that's what you're going to do throughout the whole entire thing. You're going to turn it and then turn it. So the foundation is done. When you turn it, you're going to go make your stitches on top of that. Then when you get to this side, you're going to do your chain to bump up to your next row. Then you're going to go from this side to this side. Then you're going to stop. You're going to make your chain to go up. And you're going to go from this side to this side. So that's basically what you're going to do in crochet. Crochet is you make your chain stitches, your foundation, and then you're going to chain and then go over, chain up, go over, chain up, and go over. So you're just going from front to back, left to right, left to right, left to right, well, right to left to right, right to left to right. That's exactly how you do it. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach you this one more thing before we go, and then you could just keep going and keep going back if you want to keep learning. All right, so now that we have this, okay, you're holding your hook and your yarn the same exact way. Now that we have our first foundation chain, you're going into that very, 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 very first stitch. There is a stitch right there. So at the top, there's two, like I said, it looks like a V. There's two little strings at the top that looks like a V. You're going to put your hook into that stitch. Into the stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now you got two on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops. And that is your single crochet. All right, so now we're going to go to the next one. You're going to see that next one with the two V's. You're going to go into the next one. And then you're going to keep on going until you get 10. You should have 10 all together. Do you have to use the back loop? I think mine is too tight. Right, you don't have to use the back loop. You could use the two little, you could either use the back loop, which is the back hump, or the front, which is the two little, the hills. You can go into the little hills. Either or, whichever is comfortable for you. And when we do our chain, just make sure you do it a little bit loose. That way you don't have to worry about it being a little tight. Just do it a little bit loose and relax. Just relax your hand. Okay. And we're going to go into here and yarn over. Okay. And pull out that loop. You got the loop on your hook and your yarn over again and pull through both. And that's basically what you're doing. The next one, go in, yarn over, and pull up that one. So you have the two right here on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both. And then you just keep going until the end. And once you get to the end, then you should have 10 all together. Once you get to the end, it's the same exact thing. And it's like repetitive. You just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. You could do it until you can't do it no more. And once you get to the end, that's the second row. So once you get to the end, you're going to yarn over and pull up one chain, and that's it. And then you turn over again. Turn over, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again until you don't want to do it anymore, and then you stop. Once you get to the length that you want to get to, I would do it until you feel comfortable. You could do, since you did 10, maybe you want to do like a little 10 by 10, so you would do the 10 chains, and then you could do the 10 rolls, so it'll be 10 by 10. And when you finish, you are going to cut. This is the string that's by the skein of yarn. You cut, okay, and then you pull it. You see where the loop is, where your hook was at? Then you pull it through. And then that's how you finish off. And then eventually we'll learn about weaving in, and then we'll learn about the other stuff that comes to it. So right now you could learn how to do your chains, you could learn how to do your single crochet, and you could just keep going back and forth. If you want to learn how to get comfortable with your positioning of your hand, just keep going back. Just go back and rewind as much as you can, as much as you want, and just keep practicing. It's something that I always say to my students, P2P, which is practice to perfection. So P2P, practice to perfection, and keep on going. In the description, you will have my email address. If not, yeah, if you want to email me, you can email me. If you want, you can there's my social media on there. If you want, you could contact me on social media, which is Messenger, IG, whatever your heart desires. Hit me up if you have any problems, if you need some help. I will definitely help you. And thank you so much for coming on. Nikki, thanks so much for this tutoring class. I was never taught due to epilepsy as a child. Thank you so much, Nikki. I really do appreciate you guys being on. And I have to go. It's now time for me to get ready for my 7 o'clock class. And like I said, just keep replaying and replaying and replaying. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and the more you'll be so, like, it'll just be second nature. And if you didn't get those materials, get those materials. It's in the description. I have the links and everything of everywhere you need to go. And again, my name is Shauna, aka Crochet Creative Stitch and Diva. And if you need me, everything is in that description, and you could hit me up, and I will definitely help you. And you have a good rest of your day, your Sunday. Relax with your ball of yarn and your hook, and just keep practicing. You have a good evening. And to you other ladies, I will see you in 20 minutes.